So we'll get the program started. I'm Drew Nelson, Chairman of the Board of the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce. We want to welcome you this evening. We have really a tremendous crowd. There's, Paul tells me, over 100 people here tonight. And we're glad to have all of you here for this celebration of Lebanon and some of our citizens. Before we get into that, I'd like to just have some people stand up first. The board members from the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce. Would just stand, please, and be recognized. Melanie, Kurt's here somewhere. Dan, thank you. There's something new in Lebanon this year, and it really started, I think, with a brief conversation at this event a year ago. Paul and I were talking to Greg Lewis, our city manager, and what's come of that is that there is a Economic Vitality Exchange Committee has been formed. We've had several meetings earlier in the year. We get together, its committee is composed of some members, board members, and Paul, representing the chamber, and from the city, Greg, city councilor, and some of the city staff. It's a conversation, but I think that over time we'll be seeing some good things coming out of that group to the benefit of the vitality of both the community of Lebanon and the business community. So I'd ask now, we have some of those exchange committee members here this evening. I see Greg is already standing, as is Nicole. And if you just recognize them, please, with others standing. Thank you. Finally, we have a few officials here this evening. County Commissioner Mike Cryans is here. Mike? And we have City Councilors Nicole Corman and Karen Leah Hill. I see them right in front of us. Thank you for coming. And Paul says it's Susan Almy. There she is. Hi, Susan. So I want to welcome everybody, and now I'll turn this over to Paul for the rest of the meeting. Thank you.
I'd like to thank the sponsors who helped put this evening together. Their names appear on the board outside, but in case you haven't seen it, it's the Fireside Inn and Suites, who have been a great host for us here, Mascoma Savings Bank, Service Credit Union, Tyler Sims and St. Sauveur, Lake Sunapee Bank, Ledger National Bank, and TransCanada. We thank them for sponsoring this event this evening. On your tables, you will find gifts from the chamber. There's that Christmas tree that you have. It's full of Lindt chocolates. Take them home. Those beverage glasses, call them what you will, beverage glasses are yours to take home. And there is what we call the Profile magazine. This just came off the press. This is our new magazine, and these are sponsored by the chamber members and distributed throughout New Hampshire. They're at the airport in Manchester, the airport here. They're at the way stations here, and a lot of employers use them when they put kits together for their prospective employees. So you might like to peruse those. And representing Village Profile, who put those together for us, we've been working with them for years, is Bob Monahan. And Bob will be around in the rest of the month, the 1st of January, working on the map now. We do the profile one year and the map the other. So welcome Bob, as he calls you, and ask you for your ad for the unit. Like to introduce also a new member of our staff, we have now a Membership Development Director, and it's Tom Magonis. Tom, if you please stand. Tom's done a great job. Tom is a retired teacher at Lebanon High School, Lebanon native, and has some sales experience behind him, and we look for great things coming from Tom. Thank you, Tom. Also like to thank, they had to leave because they had class. The Upper Valley Music Center provided the background music for us tonight, and did a great job. And so, as I say, they had to head back to class tonight. To present the citation for the Business of the Year is a previous recipient, and I'll ask him to come up and do the presentation. Steve Whitman.
Thank you, Paul. A little different this year, we know. Three Tomatoes Trattoria opened for business on November 20th, 1990 at 1 Court Street in downtown Lebanon. Owners Robert Myers and Jim Raymond originally named the restaurant Sweet Tomatoes Trattoria, but unbeknownst to them, the name violated trademark registration. So in 1997, Sweet Tomatoes became, as we know it today, Three Tomatoes. 1990 was not a great year for many businesses in the area to start up, and the idea of opening a new restaurant in town seemed to many to be a very risky venture. But with the help of the owners and a few investors who believed in the concept, a new trattoria was born. Their concept was to create a traditional Italian trattoria, a community gathering place that served reasonably priced, simply prepared Italian food, utilizing a custom-built wood oven as the restaurant centerpiece. And the results would be a business that was closely woven into the fabric of the community. Over the past 23 years, changes have occurred, but the concept has remained the same. Three Tomatoes has always believed in their responsibility as a business to support the impressive nonprofit organizations that work on behalf of the citizens of Lebanon and the surrounding area, and they are proud to be a part of our Lebanon business community. The many nonprofits that Three Tomatoes have supported over the years include Ava Galleries and Art Center, Opera North, Lebanon Opera House, Wise of the Upper Valley, Vital Communities, Valley Food and Farm, West Central Behavior Health, Second Growth, Upper Valley Haven, and the Lebanon Farmers Market. It is with great pride that the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce presents its 2013 Business of the Year Award, the Three Tomatoes Trattoria.
Gloria.
One more.
Break. Good job. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Lebanon Chamber. This is an honor to be here and to accept this award. And this has been a wonderful community to do business in. And I would like to thank our staff. I would like to thank the businesses in this community as well as the people in this community for help supporting us and in turn ourselves. And I'll speak for myself on this one, to feel fortunate enough to be able to share with the community, to kick back to the community and share what people have given us, and we want to give back to the community, and it's been fun, and it's again, it's really rewarding, and I'd like to thank you very much for presenting us with this award.
we should start off with an Italian lesson. It's trattoria. Anyway, sorry, Steve. I also would like to acknowledge the fact that we've been honored here tonight to receive this award. And looking back over the last 23 years of doing business in Lebanon, certainly evokes a lot of memories. And I look around and I see so many people here that I don't know, but I know that you've been supportive of Three Tomatoes and part of this great community of Lebanon. And I know that we're here to celebrate the businesses in Lebanon. And for us, it truly has been an honor to be part of the community and to do our part in contributing to make the great city of Lebanon what it is. And we look forward to many more years at 1 Court Street. And Paul, I promise you that next year we're going to take out an ad in the magazine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Jim. We have here a beautiful basket donated by Lindt Chocolate. About $80 worth of chocolate in there. Does that mean 2 candy bars? You all have your tickets? 911 are the last 2 numbers. No. 911. Somebody must have it. You got it? Good. Yeah, like you need.
Oh, thanks, Paul.
Okay. To present our 2013 Citizen of the Year, our last year's recipients, Shelley and Bob Moses.
We are delighted to be presenting the 2013 Lebanon Citizen of the Year. Back in 1922, when our honoree was born, White River Junction was a bustling train hub. There were 79 arrivals and departures each day at the railroad yard. His father worked for Railway Express Agency, overseeing the loading and unloading of all the freight that those trains carried. There was no refrigeration at that time, so his father's job of expediting such perishable cargo was crucial.
By the time he was 15, he worked for his father for much of each day. He said that his father did not chew his cabbage twice. That is, he had to catch on fast and learn what needed to be done because his father expected him to work hard and make no mistakes. These lessons of his father's fastidiousness and dedication have guided our honoree throughout his life.
He enlisted in the Navy Seabees in 1942, attached to the 6th Marine Division. After training, he shipped out as a Seaman First Class, having been assigned and initially trained as a machine gunner. After coming home from the service, he returned to the rail yard, but soon found an opportunity to go into the insurance business. In this capacity, he also accomplished many firsts at Metropolitan Life, including being the first agent in New Hampshire to earn more than $200 per week.
8 years of hard work paid off when he purchased the Goss Insurance Agency, which today bears his name, the Goss Logan Insurance Agency. Always community-minded, he kept animals at his mini farm just off the green in Lebanon. On Sundays, the community had an open invitation to visit the farm and animals, or to enjoy a picnic. Such civic mindedness would define his life as taking care of others.
For years, he was a pillar of the Lebanon Rotary Club. He served in every capacity, including president of the club. And for his service, he was awarded the Rotary's Distinguished Service Award. In 1990, he sold land on Water Street to the city of Lebanon for $1 so that a ball field could be built for the kids of Lebanon. He felt that it was his gift to a community that had given him so much. Howard Logan Field stands as a testament to a man's vision of a life well lived.
It is with great pride that the Lebanon Chamber of Commerce honors Howard Logan as the 2013 Citizen of the Year.
Good job, guys.
Sorry.
You need to get in a little closer. Great. Okay, guys looking here? Great.
Okay, good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We gave Howard a plaque that he's going to hang in his home, but this plaque hangs in City Hall, and when you go pay your tax bill, your water bill, and all those, you see it hanging there. It's got all the recipients since the program started in 1964. Wow. Okay.
Well, certainly I would like to thank you, although it's still kind of a mystery because you didn't plan to do anything extraordinary, just what each day brought you to do. But when it comes to thanking, it's a lot of thanks that go to people that aren't here, because each one of them formed a part of my life. They provided stepping stones for me to go from one day to the other. And my wife in particular, we were married 68 years, December 2 days ago. So she's still We've had our ups and downs, like everybody else. But I'll tell you, she made our home a castle, and I was always glad to go home no matter what kind of a day I had. But what I'm trying to get to is there's a lot of people here that each one of us owe a lot of thanks to. And I'm going to read you a little bit as to who they are, and you can figure it out this way. The late Polish prelate Joseph Cardinal Mindszenty wrote the following reflections and on mothers some years ago. We think it still rings true. The most important person on earth is a mother. She cannot claim the honor of having built Notre Dame Cathedral. She need not. She has built something more magnificent than any cathedral, a dwelling for an immortal soul, the tiny perfection of her baby's body. The angels have not been blessed with such a grace. They cannot share in God's creative miracle to bring new saints to heaven. Only a human mother can. Mothers are closer to God, the Creator, than any other creature. God joins forces with mothers in performing this act of creation. But on God's good earth is more glorious than this, to be a mother. So without them, we wouldn't have anybody to thank. I came to Lebanon from White River, and there's a big difference in the two communities. White River is a dusty old smoky railroad town. Lebanon was about as clean as they come. And I was privileged to work for Railway Express and drive through the streets of Lebanon. It was like driving through tunnels because there were so many elm trees. It was the city of the elms as well as the city of fountains. But it was with the Railway Express that I met all of the merchants that were doing business in town then, and many, many others. And I was so gratified that in my later years, when Charlie Goss, a Rotarian, invited me to go to Rotary, I told him we don't have time. We're so busy here. He says, well, I'd like to have you go. Well, he was my boss, and I went. When I got there, here are always a good many of the merchants that I used to greet every day. And just a few of them make a big difference in your life. Cliff Waldo, he was president of the National Bank of Lebanon. I had to go to the bank every day to pick up a package. And so often he'd get up from his desk way in the far corner and come over and say hello with a nice big smile. Lane Dwight now would do the same thing down at Conner and Churchill. When I'd be in his office to collect insurance charges, he would get up and come over and say hello. Now these people are an influence on your life. Just a little simple act of kindness. You talk about it years later. Well, I'm blessed 1,000 times over. I had pancreatic cancer in 1990. Dr. Richard Carl was my surgeon and my doctor. He took care of me from the last tube that was released from my body. And we loved one another. But Jesus says, love one another as I love you. So I can proudly say that I love a lot of people. But anyway, he saved my life. And it wasn't too long after that. He said, I'd like to have our insurance with you people. He's been there ever since. He died a year ago, and his wife died this last year. And they both, at their obituary, said, spend more time smelling your own flowers in your own garden. Spend more time with those that you savor. And I've lived from 1990 since that operation, and here I am today. I smell a lot of flowers, and I appreciate the higher power that got me as far as I've come. So anyway, thank you.
This concludes the formal part of our program, but there's plenty of food left. The bar is open. We have the place till midnight, so enjoy yourself.